everybody. Welcome to another edition of One Crazy Story. I'm your host, Nate Armbruster, and I'm back. It's Monday, if you're listening to this on Monday, but whatever day you're listening to this on, it's that day. Thanks for joining me. Thanks for being here. I'm doing all right. I'm doing good. I hope you had a nice weekend. I did. I went to Minnesota to celebrate my girlfriend's mom's birthday, which was a blast. It was a lot of fun. Her birthday falls on the opening of the Minnesota State Fair every year. And of course it'd be every year. Why wouldn't it be? Because it's the same date every goddamn year. And it's a blast. It's the second year we've gone on her birthday to visit, and it's been a lot of fun. We went to the fair, which is an interesting time, man. If you have not been to a state fair, I don't know how a state fair is in your state, or if your state even has a state fair. But Minnesota apparently has the second largest state fair in the entire United States behind Texas. So, holy shit. I mean, man, it was a lot of fun. It's a big tradition there, and it's just fun to be around people having a good time, eating a bunch of fair food. And man, if you guys haven't seen somebody who's easily 500 pounds riding around in a scooter, eating hot dish on a stick, go to the Minnesota State Fair, because you'll see it there. You'll see it. I just don't understand how somebody can let their lives get to that point. It's like you got to the fair, you just going to drive a little scooter around? Look, I feel bad because I realize it's a serious health issue, but God, like no one just becomes 500 pounds, you know? We did see somebody who was like, huge, where I'm like, how, like, I have so many questions. But they weren't in a scooter, and I respect them for not using. It's almost like you want to ask that person, did you opt out of getting a scooter so you don't look like a total loser? Because I can at least respect you if you're 400 or 500 pounds and you're walking around the fair waiting in line for your food. You know what I mean? You're standing, you're putting the effort in, you're getting the steps in. Maybe you'll walk off the corn dog. Maybe you'll walk off the deep fried taco. They have deep fried tacos now, man. They deep fry everything. Everything at the fair is deep fried. It does blow my mind that people get that big, man. Like, I mean, I'm overweight, and I think I was like 280 at my max in high school. That was the heaviest I've ever been. And that was uncomfortable enough. Forget embarrassment or like, not even just embarrassment, but just forget like what other people think. Cause self-esteem is involved for sure. It wasn't even that. It was just like uncomfortable. Just always sweaty. Couldn't tie my shoes without holding my breath. Shit like that. It's just like, man. And once you realize, once you get to a point where you don't have to do that anymore, it's such a good feeling. The Minnesota State Fair is a blast, and you all should check it out. It reminded me of the old Michigan State Fair. They used to do one when I was a kid. That was I can't remember the year they stopped doing it, like where it was like a huge thing. Now it's kind of a small, like suburban. I don't know. It's just not fun. Not as cool. You know what I mean? Like it's not even. I'm not even being unfair to them by saying that. It's true. It's like nobody likes it. I don't know. Anybody who remembers the old one would agree and would be like, man, I wish we could go back to that. But it's a Meijer now. And it's like a Meijer and Chipotle and all sorts of shit. So no more Michigan State Fair. But the Minnesota State Fair, you know what? Now that I have access to it and a reason to go, why not pretend I'm at the Michigan State Fair? And I'm proud of myself, man. It's more of a budgeting thing, not necessarily a health decision for me. But I only had 2 beers. We were at the fair for nearly 12 hours because, we were there all day. It was an all-day thing, right? We took a bus in. We did the whole thing, man. We took a bus. We went. Everybody was drinking, having a great time. My girlfriend's family was there. Everybody's having a blast. And I was like, you know what? I'm a little hungover. I don't feel like drinking today. I'm like, you're going to be at the fair? How do you go to a state fair and not drink? And not to have a good time? Because, we know we're going to have, that was the whole point of going, is to have some drinks, eat some shitty food, and, have a nice time. I didn't have one drink. Not until the evening. I had 1 beer, and then I had another one during, we went to the Hootie in the Blowfish concert, and the Bare Naked Ladies opened for them, which was fantastic. It was, but I only had 2 drinks. Point of the story is I only had 2 drinks, and I was proud of myself, man, because I fought the urge to not, because I was very tempted, of course. Could have had a drink any minute. But I was like, you know what? I'm going to hold out until the evening. I'll have 1 and then maybe another. And I only had 2, and I was surrounded by this shit all day. I was so proud of myself. So pat on the back for old Nate over here, saying no to alcohol until the evening, and then he had one. But I could have gone. I know I could have done it. I know I could have made it the whole night, but, it was a nice, cool night. The weather was perfect. Not to get all rambly on you, but the podcast still is on the charts at Apple Podcasts, so that's exciting news. It's still in the top 30 there, so whatever is happening to keep it there, I appreciate it. It's still on the charts in many countries for some reason, so thanks for listening. Go over to Apple Podcasts now, leave a review, rating, that'd be great. It helps keep the show up there, I would imagine. Activity helps. So if you're listening, listen on Apple Podcasts. Or if you're listening anywhere else, thanks. Appreciate it. And tell your friends about it. That'd be fantastic. I'm on Twitter, Instagram. Email me at onecrazystory@gmail.com. All social media at onecrazystory, at Nate Comedy. Come see me live. I have a ton of fall dates coming up, so hit me up on Instagram. This week, I'm actually heading out Wednesday to, I'm doing a wedding this weekend. Not doing stand-up. I'm the officiant. I'm the person conducting the wedding. I am ordained is what I'm talking about. I am ordained, and I'm going to be the guy signing the documents, making that shit legit. You know what I'm saying? One of my best friends ever getting married asked me to get ordained and officiate the wedding, so that's what we're doing. Enough people have asked me if I'm not really nervous about it, because, it's more like speaking in front of people. That's obviously no problem, but I just hope I don't ruin someone's day. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I'm doing stand-up, a lot of people think that stand-up comedian, it must be easy for you. You could be funny. It's like giving a speech. It's just giving a speech, really, but you're doing it in a formatted way with, just with a man and woman who want this to be the best day of their lives, and you have a part in it, and if you fuck up, you could ruin the entire day. So I'm not really nervous, but it is funny how people just assume, like, enough people have said, you got ordained, that's cool, you a comedian, getting ordained, doing weddings, hey. Like, there was a connection there, right? You're a funny wedding guy, right? And that's where I'm just like, I don't know. I know how to talk in front of people, and I'm not necessarily nervous about that, but, it still has to be good and up to the standards of the bride and groom. You know what I mean? It's not my thing. If I do stand-up anywhere on the weekend, it's all on me. It's all on me. If I embarrass myself, I embarrass myself. But if I embarrass myself at a wedding, conducting a wedding ceremony, then I embarrass a bride and groom who were depending on me to be a part of this big day for. So yes, in some ways, it's going to be fun because sure, I know how to read and talk in front of an audience, which anybody can do. That's all I'm going to do. I'm literally going to read off the sheet of paper everything I wrote, so I can't fuck this up. But, if I do stand-up on the weekends, it's all on me. No one else is responsible. No one else. There's no fallout if I fuck up or say something stupid. It's all me. I'm the dipshit. But I can't do that at this wedding because there's going to be grandparents there and shit, and probably kids. So it's got to be somewhat good. It's just funny to me how people just assume because you're a comedian, you must be good at doing wedding. Or, you know what I'm saying? Like, people who just assume that, and they go, I bet you'll be great at that. Well, we'll find out. I wrote everything down, sent it to them, and they liked it. I told them, obviously it's your day, so, send me any changes you want made, and we'll do this the way you want to do it. And they loved it. So I'm off to a good start, and that wedding's this weekend. So you'll find out Monday next week if I fucked it up or not. I'm excited. Labor Day weekend, man. Something about Labor Day weekend always kind of signals the end of summer to me for some reason. I feel like that's the end of summer in my calendar, which means fall's coming, and fall is my favorite time of year. Yes, I know it's everybody says that, whatever, but I love it. I truly do like it for a lot of reasons, and I'm looking forward to it. And I'm already seeing the goddamn pumpkin spice latte ads coming around, and things like that. And that's when I realized White Claw is just the pumpkin spice latte of the summer. It is. It is, folks. That's it. You can't change my mind about it. You know, everybody loves it. So it's a super trendy drink, and I can't wait until it's just, I don't know. I just think it's funny how hard seltzers kind of took I remember, was it like last year? Someone was like, you want a White Claw? I'm like, what the fuck is a White Claw? And you know, to this day, I've never had a White Claw, and I refuse. People love that shit, man. I guess it makes sense. It's got to be somewhat refreshing. I mean, soda water is kind of on the, everything is just, it's super trendy, man. I still haven't had one yet, though, but people love them. But you know what? I did try that Impossible Whopper. I was talking about it a couple episodes ago. Finally tried it, and it was fine. It was just fine. That's it. I mean, I don't know what else you expect. It's fast food still, so it tasted fine. They sprayed whatever char flavor they spray on the beef patties, and it tasted the same. Texture was similar enough. You know, you just pretend you're eating a burger, but it was good. I was happy with it, and I did feel less guilty. And I don't even know if I should, because I feel like, if I remember right, the calorie count, if we're going by calories, not that different, to be honest with you. I think it was pretty similar. So I don't know what the health benefits are, other than you're not eating meat and there's at least some sort of plant-based protein. But it's still not that good for you, is it? I don't know. I don't understand how nutrition works, but it tasted good, and I felt less shitty about eating it. And I felt less shitty about eating it while I was driving to Minneapolis. Now everybody's raving about the Popeye chicken sandwich, which I have to try. And they're saying it's better than Chick-fil-A. I don't know. The internet seems torn. I don't know, but I got to try it. I want to try it. And everybody thinks that lines out the door means it's a good sandwich. I don't know if that just means that, or if it means it's a trendy thing that everybody just needs to say they had, the way I'm talking about it now, right? Like, I'll go out this afternoon, find this sandwich if a store isn't sold out yet. And does that make it good, or does it mean just there's a demand for it because the internet has made it go viral? You know what I mean? And everybody's comparing it to Chick-fil-A or what's better and stuff. I feel like, though, I can just imagine what a Popeye's chicken sandwich tastes like, because I mean, it's the same chicken, right? It's just on a bun. Is that the same thing? I don't know. Anyway, so of course I'm going to try that because I'm a fat ass, and I'm a fat ass talking about the way people looked at a state fair. Everything's fried at the state fair, man. They have this thing called deep fried hot dish on a stick. Hot dish. They have this thing called hot dish on a stick, and if you don't know what a hot dish is, Google it right now because it's pretty good. It's a Minnesota thing. Hot dish, man. It's like tater tots, green bean. It's a fucking casserole. That's all it is. I mean, but they call it a hot dish, and if you call it anything else, they'll correct you. But yeah, someone deep fried it, put it on a stick, and they figured out how to make that shit portable. So good. I wanted to try it, but I didn't. I was holding out. Maybe next year. So sorry this is up late today. I had a busy day, but it's here. It's Monday, and here's the new episode. So if you guys haven't tried the Impossible Whopper yet, go try it, I guess, if it behooves you. Yeah. So anyway, thanks for tuning in, guys. I don't even know if there was really a point to this episode. I just wanted to say hi. These are kind of like weird voicemails that I'm just leaving on the internet for people to find. So I hope you get a kick out of them. Definitely let me know what you think. Email me, onecrazystory@gmail.com. Find me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all that good shit. And thanks for listening. You can download the show everywhere and tell your friends about it. That'd be fantastic. And come see me on the road. I have a bunch of dates coming up in the fall. You can get all that information on my Instagram @Nate Comedy. Oh, also, before I forget, went to this state fair, right? We saw Hootie and the Blowfish on Thursday night. And it was a fun show. It was fine. It was good, right? It's like, it's the 90s. It's old. It's cool again. And it was fun. Bare naked ladies, whatever. Good show, entertaining. It was a lot of fun. But did you know that I didn't know Darius Rucker was black? Yeah, didn't know. Yeah, I was just like, what? I was like, because he's the guy, right? Darius Rucker's the guy of Hootie and the Blowfish, right? He's also like a country star now or something. I don't know. I remember I was like, which one is Darius Rucker? And my girlfriend was like, really? guy right in the middle. The only black guy on the stage right now. Yeah, okay. I guess I didn't know that. Did not know that. I look like a total asshole. Anyway. Thank you guys for listening. Tune in Wednesday for some more shenanigans and tell your friends about the podcast. Thank you so much, and I'll talk to you soon.